Hey everyone, so I'm going to tell you about an NFL Flex game that just happened for the Week 16 slate. So they flexed out the first primetime game of the season. And which is it? Well, it is Cincinnati at Miami. It was supposed to be Sunday Night Football for Week 16 before the season started when the reveal was when the schedule reveal. But then they ended up switching it just recently, on Tuesday actually, to New England at Baltimore, where it ended up being switched. So, a good, nice flexing. New England is 11-2 and playing for the number one seed, while Baltimore is playing for the AFC North title. So, not bad at all, So, that's a pretty good flexing for that game to be flexed in. It puts better games in prime time in nationally televised games. It puts better nationally televised games on. Instead of having Miami could be 6-8 if they lose, and that would be out of the playoffs. All Pittsburgh needs to do is win one game of the next three, and they have it. So we'll see how that goes. But I just don't see Pittsburgh losing all three in a row. All remaining four in a row. Actually, my bad. For Cincinnati a chance. If Miami loses to Pittsburgh, that puts them two back. The playoffs could be basically eliminated. With that loss. So I don't blame them. And the NFL for flexing out. That's a guarantee. And then we have. And then they also put the Amazon or the Netflix announcers. We have Ian Eagle, Nate Burns, Matt Ryan, and Dallas Washington on Netflix. Trent Minnesota on Netflix with No Eagle, Drew Brees. And then we have NBC is on them, but that's because No Eagle is not calling NFL. He only calls it at college, and he calls it NFL when he calls Big Ten Saturday night games on NBC, and then he calls or Big Ten game on NBC, and then or Notre Dame if it's primetime. But then he calls then he does do NFL if there's two games on NBC sometimes. Sure have been in years, last 2024 season it was. And the Christmas Day games were on Wednesday. They needed two games. It was 4 teams playing on Saturday. Another team that weren't playing Christmas. So you have you have the two Saturday games were picked. Houston at LA Chargers is the game on NFL Network, while Baltimore at Green Bay is the Peacock game. Houston at LA Chargers is at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and Baltimore at Green Bay on Peacock is the 8 p.m. Eastern Time game. We have here and now the CBS single window is Pittsburgh at Cleveland, Seattle at Carolina, New Orleans at Tennessee, and my Giants at Las Vegas. Seattle at Carolina was predicted, was one of the games on. Seattle Carolina was one of the games I was in the running. However, that is not in the running. They're not get picked to be in the running. That could still be Monday Night Football, LA Rams and Atlanta, depending on what goes on with the next two games, or even next game, I guess. So we'll see. So. Oh, if they can do like a flex prior to on that Monday, if they can do a flex on that Monday, like the 22nd, after those, the playoff picture and all that have been filled out more, I would. Maybe not the 22nd during the day, or so then that would be, then we have in my Giants at Las Vegas. That was the selected per season, and there's no way that game was picked. That got moved to CBS single late window, and that does not surprise me. It's on the show with the late window. That is no surprise whatsoever. There are only 4 announcer crews calling these games. I mean, maybe Ian Eagle is on the CBS single window though, because he's calling the game on Netflix. Even so, then we have 5 games on Fox in the early window. And Arizona at Cincinnati was selected to be the 5th game. However, Arizona is eliminated from playoffs in Cincinnati. There's, pretty much. I mean, there's still a little hope, but it's a pretty thin shot for Cincinnati to make the playoffs. So no brain. So the best one in early window. So week 17. Most of the good games are on primetime on national broadcast. 4 good games on national broadcast. LA Rams and LA will be flexed out. For Jackson, I don't know about Jackson. Yeah, that's really gonna put South Carolina would be the way I'd see it flexed out. So the CBS single window. In the CBS single window. If they flex out South Carolina, is really not. I mean, maybe LA Rams, maybe Pittsburgh, I guess. But that's really it, Because you have LA Giants at Las Vegas, and at Tennessee, in the bare minimum areas. So, then you have, like New England. I mean, it's either New England and White. I mean, you have a few games that mean similar to like other areas. But, so, Fox Late's got good though. So yeah, that's just my thoughts so far on week 17. So LA Rams, and most likely I think will be flexed, unless they want to give South Carolina week 17 a good game, the CS single. I want to give them a better game. And then some of my thoughts, predictions. Could be Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Indianapolis, Houston. I don't see that because Indianapolis, maybe if the Rivers can play well the last few weeks of the season, get acclimated, if he starts on Sunday, he have 4 games left, try to make them a playoff push. So 4 games, and I could, and then you have, maybe, I still see LA. I could see LA Denver. Let's go with number 3. Chicago could be one. That's 4. Maybe Green Bay, Minnesota. If Minnesota plays split Green Bay. I think that would be most likely one of the windows on top. Significant windows. That's for North Pittsburgh. You have as a Houston. North Denver still. Chicago. And then you have Great Tempe. San Francisco. So still 6 games. There could be one that drops. Indianapolis to Houston. Depending on what happens with Baltimore Pittsburgh. If Baltimore is not able to be fighting for the AFC North anymore, that would have to mean that that Cincinnati beats Baltimore on Sunday. And then Pittsburgh would have to win to give them a 2-game lead in the AFC North with 3 to go. So, and then if Indianapolis, so there's still it could go down to 4, and that would be because of the Chargers at Denver. Chicago, San Francisco. So 4 left. But San Francisco could be a fight for 3 because Arizona, LA Rams, as well fighting for playoff position. So I don't know. So we'll see how that goes. But as of now, those 6 games I mentioned: San Francisco, Tempe, Chicago, the Chargers, Denver, Houston, and Baltimore, Pittsburgh is still in the running.